Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you this app I built with Sketchware, and it's practically a memory game. Let me walk you through every control. As you can see on top here we have a text field, right? Then we have when you tap the text field, as I tapped it, the numbers for integers pulls up, so you can enter only numbers, right? Okay, and then on the right side of the text field we have a clock. That's gonna be a counter, a countdown timer actually, because it's a memory game that is under time pressure. So you can see here star 1, star 2 and star 3. Those are different levels for the game. Star 1, as I push it, will give me a number here in the bottom in the gray area right on top of reveal number. It will give me a number there, kind of like a 6 to 8 digit number. And well, in the game, I'm supposed to memorize it and type it in the text field as soon as I can before this timer on the right side where the clock is goes to 0. So if I get to do that successfully, I'm gonna score 1 point, and the score is gonna show here on the right side in the green square. And if I don't type it correctly, then it's gonna show 1 point here in the missed red area here, as a fail. So let's try that again. Well, level 2 is gonna give me a longer number, and star 3, which is level 3, is gonna give me an even longer number, like maybe a 9 to 10 digit number or something like that. And they're all synchronized with the same timer. I think it's about 14 seconds what I put in there. So the number is gonna show only for a couple seconds here in the gray area in the bottom, and I'm supposed to memorize it quick, type it as soon as I can over here, and then if I still have any time left over, I can push reveal number, and it will reveal the number in the screen here, so I can compare it to see if it's correct before the timer goes to 0, and I might be able to change it. Let's do one test so you can see what I'm talking about. Also, when you score and the timer goes to 0, when you score, it plays a sound that I recorded from some video games. And also, if you missed, if the number that you typed is incorrect, then it plays a different sound. So let's see. Let's push star 1. We have 660,199. 199. That's not bad, right? I mean, it's easy. For some people, it's really difficult. But you see, the number is gone. I push reveal number and it shows it. Just in case I have a question or I have to come.
You win. Perfect.
And that's the sound that I connected to the counter. When it hits 0 and you score correctly, that's the sound. You can put any sound you want, but that's what I did. As you can see, I went back to reveal number, push the button, and I checked that the numbers matched. So yeah, my number was correct. So okay, so let's try level 2, which is more difficult. Let's push reset first. Reset, everything goes to 0. Okay, and as you can see here, when I push reset, everything goes to 0 except for the scores. And I did that because, like, if you wanna play 10 games, you want to know how many you score out of 10 and how many you failed. Also, if you want to challenge a friend, you might want to play 5 games each and see who scored the most, right? So let's say you play first 5 games and then you're going to see your scores, and then after you give it to your friend to challenge him, you just push the reset score button here and the scores go to 0, and then it's your friend's next turn, and to see how he does. That's pretty much what I built, just to play around with friends and stuff. Some people are not interested in memorizing anything, so they're not gonna try it. So here it is. Let's try level 2. I don't know if that's correct. No, that's not correct. Totally incorrect. So that's what I get. I miss one right there. So let's push reset again. Now let's try at level 3. we have, which is A06. Is that no, it's not correct. Well, I've done better before. Anyway, let's try level 3 again. That was a good score. Push reset and it cuts the sound right away. You know, it stops the sound, it stops everything, and the counter goes to 0. And when I push reset, like I did, let's try it again. I think it's correct. So. Okay, well, as you can see there, you know, I'm gonna reset the scores. I'm gonna reset the game. Pretty simple game, right? I mean, you can have some fun with it. And if you have any questions about the controls that I use, you can ask them, you know, in the comments below. Here, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it, just in brief. This is just a text field, right? And as I touch the text field, I made it so the integer screen, you know, for numbers comes up. It doesn't come, the whole keyboard doesn't come up, right? The full keyboard with the letters and stuff. Only the one with the numbers, because I set the text field as an integer text field, you know, for numbers only. And you can do that in the settings. And the timer, well, the timer, as you can see, this little clock is in your keyboard. It's practically just a label. I put the... When you go to your keyboard, you can see a bunch of emojis and things like that. So you can find a clock there. That's what I put in there. And the label shows also the countdown, you know. So then we have all these buttons, start 1, 2, and 3. All these buttons are made with an application from that button factory. I can also, I'm gonna talk about that later in another video, and I'm gonna show more in detail. And these buttons, I built pretty much most buttons here with that app. And then this reset button pretty much sets everything back to 0 except for the scores. Then we have the reset score button, which controls only the missed and the scored, you know, only those two numbers there. We have the review number, which is, well, as you can see, when I start again, let's do it. The number shows here in the review number, and it disappears because I set a timer for this number, so it goes blank after a few seconds, so you can just memorize it, because that's the point of the game, right? So it goes blank, but the number is still there. You just push the button and the number goes from invisible to visible. So I set it in, you know, after a few seconds. Let's start the counter. After a few seconds, it goes invisible, and I put a timer for that. But when you push the button, I put it so it will become visible when you push the button, with the intention that you can go back to it, but you're still gonna have very little time. Very little time to go back to it and make any changes, which is part of the game, you know. So that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions or comments, just write them down below, and I'll see you in the next video, and thank you for watching. Bye.